how can I minimize taxes or capital gains for my family? Again, this question is commonly addressed with the proper estate plan. And not to mention, continuously checking in on your estate plan, because some of the viewers, you may already have an estate plan. You may have made it many, many moons ago. But that is also a way to minimize taxes and capital gains. When it comes to property, especially, depending on how it's set up, whether it's in your name, in a trust name, perhaps in another type of name, and what we do with the property while you're living, or perhaps when you're no longer living, also impacts that question. So having an estate plan is always a good idea because it does help minimize any sort of taxes that you could be having to pay if you didn't have an estate plan in place. But as I mentioned before, even if you have one in place, please consider looking at it, because just because you have one, it may not actually encompass all of your assets that you've gotten since then. Or perhaps you have an increase in salary, or perhaps you've gotten married, or perhaps you've inherited some money. There are so many instances where taxes and capital gains all comes into play depending on where you're at in your life. So make sure you're checking in on your estate plan if you have one. We're happy to review it. If not, you certainly want to put one in place to at least consider minimizing taxes and capital gains for your family.